Bro, let me tell you my love story for a second. I fell in love, and not just the kind of love that feels good on the surface. This was deep and real. I had mapped my whole future around her. Where we'd get married, how many kids we'd have, the kind of home we'd build. I could see it all. Clear as day. The way we'd grow old together, sharing coffee on the balcony while the sun went down. It wasn't just love, man. It was a dream I had built with every fiber of my being. And then, in a moment, it was gone. Not with a warning, not with a slow distance, but with silence. Cold, sharp silence. She pulled away so fast I didn't even get a chance to ask why. One day she was there, holding my hand, and the next she was just not. No explanation, no closure, just emptiness. Everyone says time heals everything. But what clock do I turn to when every minute feels like I'm bleeding inside? What medicine do I take for a soul that's been ripped apart? Some people told me, take revenge. Others said, just accept it and move on. A few even told me to focus on my career, act unbothered. But what none of them understood is that when you're in the pit, when your entire body aches with betrayal, none of that advice means anything. And that's what I'm here to say. I'm not here to comfort you. I won't tell you it's going to be okay, because healing doesn't begin with comfort. It begins with pain, with facing it, with knowing exactly how deep the cut is. You're not heartbroken if you're still obsessing over someone who couldn't care less about what you're going through. You're just drowning in a fantasy. She doesn't miss you. She's not waiting to text you. She's not secretly hoping you reach out. She walked away. She chose to. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop living in a lie. You think you need healing. Nah, bro, you need a slap from reality. A jolt that reminds you of who you really are. Because if one person walking out of your life can break you like this, then you never stood on solid ground to begin with. Now, let's get serious. Let's talk protocol, the actual steps to your life. Step 1, silence. Not just silent from her. Silent from the chaos she left in your mind. Block her, delete her number, wipe the chats, burn the photos. Not because you're being petty, but because your peace deserves protection. The silence you need right now is sacred. This is not the time to write emotional quotes on Instagram and WhatsApp or post cryptic stories. Let her friends wonder, let her check your profile and find nothing. No sadness, no pain, no signal of your brokenness. Then one day, unexpectedly, you post your win. That new job, that gym transformation, that business you started, that peace on your face. Let her see it and realize she lost a man who rebuilt himself from the ashes. Step 2, delete the fantasy. You're sitting there hoping she'll come back, hoping she'll regret it. Bro, even if she does, you think you want someone who walked away from you when you were all in? If she truly valued you, she wouldn't have disappeared. The truth is that she's moved on. And while you're crying in your room, replaying the past, she's out there texting someone new. You don't need closure. You need boundaries. You need to reclaim your own mind. Right now, she's in control of your peace. That's not love. That's insanity. Wipe her from your memory, not out of hatred, but out of love for yourself. She was a distraction, and she's probably distracting someone else now. That's the reality. Accept it. And listen, there's something else you've got to understand. She's not thinking about you the way you think about her. She's not sitting on her bed, crying into her pillow, wondering how you're doing. You're not on her mind like that. This is the harsh truth. But truth is the medicine that actually heals you, not these soft lies that keep you trapped. You keep giving her power by playing out scenarios in your head that don't exist. What if she regrets it? What if she misses me? What if she comes back one day? Bro, stop. You're not living in the real world. You're living in a movie you've created. And the worst part is that you've cast her as the lead and you're just an extra. You need to stop letting someone who's not even in your life anymore control how you wake up, how you feel, how you treat yourself. You're handing your peace over for free. And for what? For someone who didn't even have the guts to tell you it was over to your face? That's not love. That's you being addicted to the idea of love. And it's time to break that addiction cold turkey. Because once you stop chasing ghosts, you'll start chasing a purpose. And that's when life opens up. That's when everything shifts. Step 3. Rebuild. Not to get her back, not to prove her wrong, but to become everything she never saw in you. Everything you were too distracted to build while chasing her. Hit the gym, start the business, learn the skill, stack your money, sharpen your mind, create a life that makes you untouchable. You want to glow up? Don't glow up with rage. Glow up with silence and strength. You don't need to tell her what she lost. You let your new life speak so loud that even your shadow looks like success. That's how you win. And let me tell you something important. Being alone isn't a weakness. It's power. It's the place where legends are built. No distractions, no nonsense. Just muscle, money, and momentum. Alone is where your vision sharpens. Alone is where your grind becomes real. And if you're still stuck in your feelings, stuck on a person who ghosted you like you were nothing, then you're not in pain, you're in denial. You don't miss her. You miss being dependent. You miss being validated. You miss the comfort of having someone, even if they were never really yours. And if you're still thinking, but maybe she cared, then you still don't get it. People don't walk away from what they value. That's the truth. If she valued you, you wouldn't be sitting here trying to decode the silence. There wouldn't be confusion. There wouldn't be a sudden disappearance. Because when something is real, when it's mutual, you don't just go ghost without a trace. You talk, you fight, you explain. But she didn't. She walked quietly, which means she already made peace with leaving you way before you even knew something was wrong. Now here's where it gets dark, but it's real. The version of you she walked away from, that version wasn't the one. Maybe you gave too much. Maybe you didn't give her the thrill she was addicted to. Maybe you were too available, too open, too emotionally naked. And that made her lose interest. That's brutal, but it's also your edge. Because now you rebuild yourself into a man who doesn't get left behind like that. A man who doesn't over-explain, doesn't over-chase, doesn't lose sleep over someone who slept just fine after walking away. This is your turning point. You either stay down or you level the hell up. You either let this break you or you let it build you. But no more what-ifs. No more rewatching the story that's already over. If she didn't stay when you were all in, she doesn't deserve a front row seat to your comeback. Let me tell you about a guy who messaged me last week. 7 years he was in a relationship. One day, it ended. She left without explanation. He said he was weak, completely broken. Then he watched something that shifted his mindset. Took a break and watched my videos. Rewired everything. Started building. Started focusing. And now, the guy's untouchable. He's not crying anymore. He's cashing in wins. Because he realized she was just a chapter, not the whole book. People will call all this toxic, harsh. They'll say, you should heal gently. No, that's not how we're wired. You don't gently recover from a bomb. You stand up from the rubble and start building. Stronger, smarter, sharper. And if you need motivation, don't look for it in quotes. Look at your pain. Let it fuel you. Let it become the reason you level up so violently that even your ex's friends are talking about you in whispers. You don't owe her closure. You owe yourself evolution. You're not sad because you lost her. You're sad because you lost the illusion, the fantasy, but fantasies don't pay the bills. Fantasies don't build legacies. And brother, you were meant to build. So what are you going to do now? Sit there crying, posting sad songs, checking your profile? Or are you going to wake the hell up and realize that every second you waste on her is a second stolen from your empire? The world doesn't stop spinning because you're heartbroken. The opportunities are still there. The grind is still there. The money is still waiting. While you're crying, someone else is grinding, and they're taking what could have been yours. Erase the fantasy. Eliminate the weakness. Eliminate the boy and let the man be born. This isn't about her anymore. This is about you. about becoming the man who never begs, the man who builds, the man who doesn't flinch when someone walks away because he's already standing tall on his own foundation. So rise and don't look back, because the best revenge is no revenge. Just silence, strength, and success so loud it speaks for itself. You're not broken. You're just getting started. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.